Well, I want to welcome all of you and thank all of you for coming to this beautiful pediatric healing garden. And before we begin, I would like to introduce members of our Mercyhealth Board of Directors who are here. And if you could hold your applause until I name everybody in the group, then we can give them all a round of applause. I'd like to begin with our board chairman, Mr. Raleigh McCullen. Raleigh's there. Raleigh, would you raise your hand or stand? And then we got Vice Chair Tom Poole. Tom, just raise your hand. And we got Secretary Treasurer Tom Budd. Tom, where are you at? Tom's back there with the shades on. Dr. Mark Gelzer. Dr. Gelzer's there. Wesley Yost. Wesley, there you are. Wesley. Kathy Shack. Kathy, okay, back there. And Illinois State Senator Dave Severson. I know Dave's going to come rolling in. If he's not here, he's probably being stopped on his way up here by people. But let's give all of our board members a round of applause. I'd also like to introduce members from our Mercyhealth Regional Community Board of Directors representing some of our outlying hospitals. And we have Carlos Arevalo. Is Carl here? Carlos, he was going to come. There's Carlos back there with the shades on from out in McHenry County. Dr. John Dorsey. Dr. Dorsey. Anybody know Dr. Dorsey here? Yeah, Dr. Dorsey. Mark Kopp. Mark, where are you at? Mark, back there. Dr. Jeffrey Smith. We had Jeffrey, he's a cardiologist. We did a kickoff of our at Rockford College yesterday of Mercy's exclusive relationship with Rockford College for all sports medicine. An orthopedic surgeon that was going to be there got called to kind of an emergency, so we had Jeff step in as an orthopedic surgeon, so he can wear many hats. But thank you, Dr. Smith. I got so many doctors. I only got 800 of them. And then we got Patrick O'Keefe, who's a regional community board member and also chairman of our Mercyhealth Development Foundation Board. Let's give them all a round of applause. And other members on our Mercyhealth Development Foundation that have helped to make this garden a reality. There again, we have, as I just said, Patrick O'Keefe is on the foundation board. We also have Dr. Jeff Smith again. Walt Booth. Walt, where are you at? There's Walt, yeah. And then we got Dr. Jason Bradenkamp. Dr. Bradenkamp, you're being called to the emergency room. There's a bunch of people stacked up down there in the emergency room, Dr. Bradenkamp. Okay. But we can let you stick around for a little bit. We got Kathy Weber. Is Kathy Weber here? There's Kathy. And we got Reverend Twyla Schock. Reverend, are you here? Okay, there she is. Let's give them a round of applause. And we also have our Mercyhealth Auxiliary Board President, Lisa Rudy. And the auxiliary, as you know, we couldn't survive without them. Let's give them Lisa a round of applause and thank her for all that her folks do. Lisa, where are you at? Raise your hand. There you are, Lisa. Thank you for coming. Well, we're all here tonight to thank all of you for your generosity in helping to make a difference in the lives of the smallest of our patients and their families. I don't know if you realize it, that numerous research studies have shown being close to nature is good for your health. I also just read over the weekend an article on Drudge that showed a study that said if you live near nature, you tend to be happier. So nature obviously has a tremendous influence in people's lives. And that was a key reason why we wanted a beautiful healing garden like this that could help serve our smallest of patients, our sickest of little patients, our pediatric intensive care unit, our pediatric patients. We're the only Illinois designated children's hospital in Northern Illinois, and it was key. I think many of you know that hospitalizations can be stressful, and so we see this as a way of relief for our patients. And I think in looking at that, there's probably no one better to help talk about the sense of relief and healing that can come about through the joy that this garden brings than a very special person to us, Dr. Mary Bodoff. Dr. Bodoff is a pediatric critical care specialist who actually cares for our sickest of sick children, and she knows firsthand and has witnessed the joys that this garden has brought to our patients. So Dr. Bodoff, if you could come up. Thank you so much, Dr. Bodoff. Please come up.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bea. And really thank all of you for this incredible gift to the children and the families of Javon Bea Hospital. As the director of the pediatric ICU, I spend a lot of time on the other side of this wall, right here, trying to transform the lives of sick and injured children. But every time I step out here in this beautiful rooftop healing garden, I experience a different kind of transformation. We know evidence shows that being in nature helps reduce stress and anxiety. It boosts your immune system, and it promotes relaxation and healing. I'd like to share with you a couple of examples of how your generosity has helped to transform the lives of hospitalized children by giving them a sense of normalcy, a safe place to play, and a place to laugh and have fun with their families. Just this weekend, I passed a little 9-year-old boy in the ICU, and he was having a bit of a meltdown, as it would be. I took him out for a walk in our cool futuristic wheelchair over there, so it didn't really feel like he was in a wheelchair. We came out here. He played the xylophone with his sister. He on the right mallet, sister on the left mallet, and they played a song together. He drove his remote-controlled car all around here, trying to step on our toes. And we watched the sunset with his mom. And when it was time to go in, he looked up from his wheelchair and he said, "I feel like a king." And his mom just cried. During one winter snowstorm, we made tiny little snowmen, and we brought them inside for the children who couldn't come out. And for the children who could come out, we had our first annual rooftop healing garden snowball fight. I'm not going to say who won, but I'm going to say that we doctors have to up our game a little bit for next year. And on Easter Sunday, there was a mom out here who was actually the patient. She came from the adult floor. She had been here for a long time. And her husband brought her children to spend Easter Sunday together. We asked them to go inside to the playroom for a few minutes, and then we snuck out the back door. A couple minutes later, we called them back out, and at that moment, their annual family Easter egg hunt tradition was kept alive. It was so fun that we actually repeated the process for several other families, including the diabetics, where we had Easter egg that had no candy in them, just toys. And one spring day, a boy in the intensive care unit watched his mom cry while she was video chatting with his older sister, who was about to go to the prom, her first prom ever. After a couple of suggestions, down the hall came his big sister and his dad holding a beautiful red prom dress. The mom was able to dress her daughter, fix her hair, all in the hospital. And a couple minutes later came a handsome young man with a tuxedo. His parents brought him here so that they could take their prom pictures right here under the snow. The tarp wasn't on at the time. Snow was falling out. And they got to experience that as a family together, even though the boy was in the ICU. We even have a picture of him holding his sister's hand, her with her corsage, and him with his ID band, holding hands together. But these are things that you never forget. 4th of July did not go unnoticed. The nurses brought all the children out here to watch the fireworks together, and they had a big party. There's so many transformations and special memories that have already happened here on the rooftop healing garden, and we have all of you to thank for them. So on behalf of all the patients and families that we care for here in this facility, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you for your generosity and support in making this happen. It's truly making a difference. Thank you all.
Well, thank you, Dr. Badoff. Well, I don't know how to kind of follow on that, what beautiful stories. You know, we knew that this garden with the beautiful flowers was going to create a beautiful place to sit and relax, and to just kind of enjoy the outdoors. But I never thought it was going to be used for everything from diabetic egg hunts to senior proms to snowball fights. Be careful with the snowball fights this winter, though, will you? I mean, I don't want to, keep the kids in the hospital any longer because we hit them in the head. But it's really neat. Thank you so much. Thank you very much for those beautiful stories. And now I'd like to invite up the chair of our foundation board. And our foundation board has been instrumental, obviously, in making all of this possible and raising all the money that they've had over the last couple of years through the foundation events. So I'd like to turn the podium over to Mr. Patrick O'Keefe.
Great, thanks, Great, thank you so much, Javon, and thank you, Doctor. If that isn't an indication of why we do what we do, I'm here to represent the foundation board for Mercyhealth. This idea has been a long time in coming. We've thought about it for our Rockton campus, so I'm so excited to be here and dedicating it tonight. And we couldn't do it without the fantastic donors, the corporate donors, the individual donors, the people that see our vision, that might not be on this garden tonight, but get why what we do affects lives, helps people probably in their darkest hours have a respite or a better experience for the patient and their family. So that's why we do what we do. So thank you all for being here. As I said, it's been a number of years. We've had a number of galas and fundraisers and work that we've done to put the $850,000 together to make the donation to see this happen. And I couldn't be prouder on behalf of the whole foundation board to see it happen. So I'm supposed to point to the giant check. So here's the $850,000 that the Mercy Development Foundation has raised with our generous donors and partners to make this rooftop garden possible. So thank you all very much. We're going to read the inscription. Yeah, great. Javon, you want to come up here? I might fly away with this thing, so I sort of need a hand. So do you want to stand on that side? I think we're going to get a photo.
All right. Patrick, don't think your job's done just with this $850,000. I'll let you know that. Okay. All right.
More
what do you
zeros?
want? Yeah, exactly. You want me to move the mic out?
You're good.
Okay, go right ahead. Can you get it?
So I'm going to read the dedication that's on the dedication plaque. Pediatric Healing Garden at the Javon Bea Hospital, Riverside, dedicated September 18th, 2019, providing healing and a sense of well-being to patients and families at the Javon Bea Hospital, Riverside. Mercy Development Foundation extends its gratitude to the many generous individuals, corporations who made contributions to the Pediatric Healing Garden possible. As we've said numerous times, we heard the impact it will have on families, not just in the good weather, in the inclement weather. So we're really proud to be here dedicating it and thank all of our donors and sponsors. And we'll keep the big checks coming, Javon.
Well, great job. Thank you, Patrick, and I want to thank all the Development Foundation members for your leadership and the hard work, and all the rest of you for your generosity. Things like this aren't something that normally you'd consider as hardcore healthcare, at least according to CMS in Washington. It's not like it's an operating room or a piece of technology. And even though we have studies that show that these kind of environments do promote healing, you might say it's on the fringe of hardcore healthcare. So the efforts of the foundation board really do make a difference, and the generosity of the community. I see Dr. Headley there. Hi, Dr. Headley and your OB patients. And do either of you want to come up and say anything? Huh? You sure you don't want to? Okay, all right. But do your patients I know you're delivering, they're a little small to bring out, but did you guys get any wonderful effects from watching the kids down here or anything? Huh?
Yeah, absolutely, because we are in here.
Okay, yeah, the NICU, and so they're able to look out. Yeah, it's a foliage, but it's a beautiful setting, beautiful flowers, and we just can't thank all of you enough for this beautiful space. And I think you can see and what you've heard from Dr. Mary that we've created something really special here. So thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.